Hi everyone, I'm Jan Secker, President and Chief Executive Officer of Perstorp since more than 5 years now, and really enjoying myself in this role. I'm here to talk to you today about 2018, a really exciting and quite transformational year. Let me start with where we always start internally as well, which is talk about health and safety, something that is extremely near and dear to all of us, and I can really include myself in that. And in 2018 we've started to see some rather clear trend shifts in a positive direction, which is really encouraging, and it's all about changing behavior. And what we see now is that we have actually cut our accident rate in half during 2018, and that is really encouraging. We've also had a positive trend for part of the year on process safety. That is an area where we still have some work to do, and I want to emphasize that we are not falling back into a role of false sense of security. This is an area that we will continue to focus on, continue to drive forward, but I can say it feels very good to stand in front of you all and have the kind of results and the momentum that we have in this area. We're a few months into 2019 already when we record this, and I know that we've had a few incidents and accidents in the beginning of 2019. It doesn't make me worry as if we have lost the momentum, but it just shows that this is something where we constantly need to be on our toes and constantly work with reaching out to the last person in the organization, so to speak. So that's an important achievement and a movement in the right direction. From a business point of view, we had more or less a flat growth if we look at our organic volume-based sales growth, where we actually look at how many tons did we actually produce and sold into the market. Not quite satisfactory given that we are in a profitable growth path. We should take into account, however, both the market conditions, which were quite okay in the first half of the year, but we definitely saw a slowdown in the second half of the year. And secondly, we also had a turnaround in one of our major plants for oxo and plasticizer products, which does influence the growth rates. From an EBITDA perspective, however, we achieved a quite good result. 2.3 billion Swedish krona, a little bit more there to it, actually in an EBITDA level, which is about 16%, which is a quite respectable number as such. So from a business perspective, I think we can put the line under 2018 and be quite proud, but not fully satisfied. And that's also the mental frame in which we move forward into 2019 and onwards. But before I go there, let me also summarize a few other things that happen, quite transformational actually. If I look at Perstorp today, and I look at Perstorp at the end of 2017, so what happened in last year, it is a very different company. There are four areas that four new, so to speak, that I'd like to take you through. The first one is that we have a new ownership structure. In the fall of last year, PAI, the private equity company that has owned us for quite a few years, transferred the company to a new fund, so that we're still managed under PAI, which we're very happy about. But behind them is a new set of investors. One actually has almost half of that total investment. So we have reset the clock in terms of our ownership structure, and we have some very dedicated owners, and in addition to just buying the company as such, they've also committed an additional 130 million euro for further growth investments into the business. That's the first new. The second new is new portfolio. We have done two divestitures last year. The first one was our biodiesel business, which we have owned for and built up over the last 10 years, and where we did an MBO, management buyout. So Lars Lind, who has been driving this business for many years, have now taken this over together with a partner. Why did we do this? Well, biodiesel is a great business in many ways, and I believe it has a very bright future given the overall direction in sustainability. However, we as Perstorp are not the right owners of this business. It's very local, it's focused on the Scandinavian market, it's low margin, high volumes, and it doesn't fit in the overall business portfolio of our company. The second divestiture we did was of the Kappa business, our caprolactone business. A phenomenal business, very high margins, exciting applications, and really a very good business in many ways. And you can ask yourself then, why did you sell that business? Well, we still believe in it, but if you look from a value creation point of view, we have doubled the capacity of that business. We've filled that plant with very high margin, exciting application areas. It was time for us to monetize that. And we believe, as a matter of fact, that this was the right way to monetize that, because one day our owners, being private equity held, will sell the company, and here we monetize that value better than what we could do if we sold the Kappa as a part of Perstorp as a group. So that's the main driver. What it has also led to is that we've been able to put a new capital structure, the third new in the structure here. And this new capital structure, we have refinanced the company. We've actually also gotten an upgrade from both Standard & Poor's and from Moody's. Puts us in a totally new landscape and a position when it comes to our capital structure. And we've cut our interest costs in half, which is a saving of some 500 to 600 million Swedish krona every year in pure interest costs. So that's a very good development. And the last new then is that we have put a new, I call it go-to-market structure in place. 3 new business areas: animal nutrition, advanced chemicals, and specialty polyols and solutions. Those are our 3 business areas that we take our products to market with. It has also led to that we have right-sized our cost structure. If you take some 500 million of EBITDA out of the equation, which the Kappa and biodiesel business altogether result in, well, that means that you have to look at your cost structure, which is something that we also did here at the end of last year, beginning of this year. So those are the 4 new owner, new portfolio, new capital structure, and a new go-to-market structure. On that basis, we're now going into 2019 and onwards with a totally new situation compared to the past. I'm very excited about the opportunities that we now have in all those 3 platforms. Starting off with animal nutrition, a little bit the new kid on the block in terms of being a core center of our focus in Perstorp. We've hired quite a lot of professionals now around the world, both in Americas, Europe, and in Asia Pacific, in order to really strengthen our go-to-market capabilities, because there's so much opportunities for us, not only in the basic acid and salts area, but also in the animal nutrition and additives business, where we are a very credible alternative to antibiotics as a growth promoter for protein manufacturers. And that is a tremendous opportunity, and I'm so excited about seeing this new capability. We've hired more than 300 man-years of experience in the last 9 months that are now coming in and starting to really move us in the right direction in that business. We have our oxo and plasticizer business. We summarize that in advanced chemicals. Also very excited about the opportunities in that area. I think we've taken a big step with the investment we made a couple of years ago into DPHP, the plasticizer that we today very successfully and profitably take to market. But even further, we are a pioneer, I would say, in terms of driving totally phthalate-free plasticizers into the market with our Pevalen product. Very, very exciting opportunities in that field. And last but not least, what has been the core for decades in this company is the polyol platform with TMP, Neo, and Penta. And here I just come from a board meeting where we have got the approval of investing altogether some 1 billion Swedish, 100 million euros in the next coming years to expand our capabilities and capacities both in Europe as well as in Asia in order to further expand this business, because we are the leader, because we see the growth opportunities, and we think we are the right player to actually capture that opportunity out there in the market. So super excited about all this. But there's one topic that I'd like to end this all on, and it connects both to what we did in 2018 and what I see in the future, and that's sustainability. I think we have taken a major step as a company with our finite material neutral point on the horizon that we would like to achieve one day. And we already last year, we had the first year where we have really credible products and solutions to offer to our customers in all three of our polyold product lines. We are the only ones in the world that have that. And we see clearly how this is now taken off and giving orders in our manufacturing plants. So we are, I think we can be quite proud of what we have done in the area of sustainability, and that makes me good to end on the area of sustainability, and I started on the point of health and safety, and those are two areas that I think from a value perspective says a lot about who we are as Perstorp. So proud of what we achieved last year, super excited about the future. Thank you so much for taking the time and listening. Have a good day.